Daalụkwa ndị ọma na-ege ntị. Ekene m nwoke kene nwaanyị wee sị ndụ mmiri ndụ azụ. Asị m mmiri aka na mazụ anwụna nke onye chiri onye azụ elu. Onye nna na onye n'ụbọchị nke taata bụ MAP eziokwu bụ ndụ 1 Biafra land. Wee sị na anyị ga-adị ka echi maka na echi adịghị agwụ agwụ. Anyị ga-adị ka isi mmiri maka na isi mmiri adịghị ata ata. Wee sị n'ụbọchị nke taata anyị masị na ya malụ nwoke mma malụ nwaanyị mma. N'iru ka anyị ya na-aga, anyị amadaghachi azụ. Abịago m ka m zie ozi ọma Chineke, ozi ọma nnwere onwe, ozi ọma restoration of Biafra, ozi ọma redemption, ozi ọma udo. A lot emego and a lot ka na-emekwa and a lot ka ya emekwa. Unu n'anya na ihe nji maka ya wee bịa, but before ngawa n'iru, asị m ka nkene the leader of indigenous people of Biafra in the person of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, nke m na-akpọ ikuku a na-afụ anya, the breeze that you can see. Wee sị ya mmalụ gị mma ebe ọ bụla ị nọ. Ị ga-adị ka echi maka na echi ada agwụ agwụ. Unu n'anya n'ụbọchị nke taata enwere protest. Isiokwu n'ụbọchị nke taata bụ Igbo must go protest is a welcome development. And unu ma a lot of people, amara m the reason a lot of people na-anaghị anọ echeki ka ha ghọta ihe the way o si dị. Amabeghị m the reason our people na-achọghị face the reality, or our people na-achọrọ ịghọta that na everything if solution for something, na anything if mbụ your problem, na solution ya dị very hard. That is, inwete a permanent and the lasting solution is not very hard. At times, the hardness ya dịka the pain self. Among the reason our people do water that now, it takes pain to gain success. It takes pain to achieve a permanent peace and solution. That now any difficulties in on here, you cannot achieve anything solution without much pain and many sacrifice. Now, obulozi yofo na ndị Yoruba na-akpa nkata now see that Igbo must go, that they are done, they are tired of the Igbos in Yoruba land. Which some of you that Lagos is no man's land. I have never one day buy into that very idea that Lagos is no man's land. Even the sea you are seeing is owned by somebody. It's a territory of someone. Now, why do I say that Igbo must go protest is a welcome development? Unu n'anya n'ihe na-eme. The problem ndị Igbo nwe bụ na they don't know when to strike and when not to strike. Now, I was very ashamed, to be honest with you, unu mana amụtara m ịpampa okwu and amụtara m mpụta mfụcha eziokwu njiwe maka na oge na nkwodisi eziokwu na ọ ga-eme gị affect ya lekwe. M ga-ekwu onye eme gị affect ya mee gị affect. That is why unu n'anya n'ihe na-aga kịta since e kidnap Maazị Nnamdi Kanu up till today. The struggle na-adazi aya, ọ na-adazi ya aya. Onwelo direction. Onwelo anything na work out because onwelo plan n'ime. Everything the frustrating and everything is moving backward. Why some people their own action will motivate me. They are motivational speaking. Generally, you are doing a great job. Now, in a struggle, I know Nime, I saw total disintegration of that very contraption called Nigeria. I actually break down Nigeria. And the one of the parts I actually see na I na hacholo zibi. Apotanya ani quit notice. Now going that they are tired of us, that I get in a behapo. The same one mpo na choipo. Asibandu woji haje me arrest. Can I agree on there? To be honest, speaking with you, any genuine IPOB member, the meaning of freedom fighting, my hemas and the canon are fighting for. And well, any right, equal Nigerian police or army to any person. Because for you to eager police, automatically you have accepted that the law not govern Nigeria will govern you. You have accepted the country. You have now tried to reintegrate or back into that very country. Now, amalam kawa people the reason. I'm no longer watch the activities of Iheneme in our land for the past 3 years. They kidnapped Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, and I have come into conclusion. And the onano name manya niru. Another man hide my characters to any person. I can't look anything. Another man put any person as my enemy or as my friend. It will look everybody as a human being. Most of you, your action today or what you most of you na fighting about. Each other onye this serious, no na deal serious. Each other you no get attack. And all of me into that category. You like I pretend the way long way, you like I pretend in a long way. Now this movement, now this fight I am fighting as an IPOB member. And when he ejikotala na Nigerian police and Nigerian army. Ke the moral ke gini ki jakpo Nigerian police. Imagine ona Maazị Nnamdi Kanu no now or say Nigerian police should go after so person. As in now I was one Nigerian. Now Igbo must go by the Yorubas. Chijioke, I think all the kids knew on this platform. Because of some people they knew for the platform, let me pass this message to all of you, in case you are new. Many of you be natural Igbo fan and the Nablo fan. But for the sake of the new people, this is my platform. Anything that has to do with abusing me or me or media type or rubbish trash, we attract immediate blocking. The reason is because he had no freedom fighting and not into gossiping. Some of you know into gossiping and some of you know into pretending. Person like me, I am not into pretending and gossiping. into trying to see who you will push out or each one you get you able hardcore. So for those of you hero worshippers, nche that now for you to restore Biafra is by coming out to be attacking one another. That is how you will restore Biafra. Please, in the name of what you are worshiping, avoid my platform. As I'm getting, avoid my platform because very soon some of you have blocked you. As a warning. This platform face reality here. Onye dị wrong pụta nga not wrong. High kwesịrị ime anyị So for your notice, I am not here. I am another mapụta na this platform ka any person praise him or can be entertain you. And all of me into entertainment. Entertainment, and I know how to do my comedy and I get my my comedy. But in as far as this freedom fighting is concerned, I don't have anything to do with comedy for now. So I advise you, not the first time in a joining, or the like here. Either you unfollow or you wa. But then seem to drop my number or drop one link. You join here the program, draw your question, come for open debate. Because what Mfoketa I like is the ability to have a conversation, the ability to have interactive section, the ability to have an open debate, open discussion with your brother. The mentality of it we have eaten deep in many of you that it have covered your sense of reasoning. You don't know how to reason again. The only thing is and the people have known many of you for that, and that is the main reason they are taking you for granted. Nobody takes any of you serious again because many of you that you the crazy, you the mad, you a bastard, you a mug, all those things are not healthy rain. On a head man affect, on how that scratch and so some of you think that the only thing you can offer to IPOB is coming to comment section to you're the crazy, go and report his page. The question now, rain or mockery. How many times can report to go page? Eh? The more you report, the more you advertise. The more many of you now are trying to attack the more you advertise me. So please, if you don't have anything to offer in the movement, please step aside. This platform is to any person. Okay, what? This platform be preach the reality. So that is open like here. Two things here. Either or moto or so all the very, very good. If choice is yours. Man, no something in your brain. Feel free. Let him drop on my phone number or more drop or link join their conversation. Then if you can't with fact and figures. Then we correct open people are for how you corrected me. Or believe you hide yourself in a comment section. In that type of yearly rubbish. I will just block you because on that 2015 mentality of it, boy, people have moved on. I move going on. So that is your own cup of tea. Chukwu Emeka Nweke ekenekwa m gị ọbata obie ndewo nwa Chineke nya malụ gị mma. Now, dịka ihe m na-ekwu before, anya na the topic, Igbo must go by the Yoruba people. To me, this is a welcome development. Radical media warrior, ndewo. This is a welcome development. And ihe nju esi gị no a welcome development bụ ihe a bụ ekpere every freedom fighter na-ekpe. In as far as any IPOB member, this should be your prayer for the Yorubas to give Igbo quick notice, for the North to give Igbo quick notice. The moment these things it is a win-win for us. But my problem, Bona, when the quick notice, I know why I thought was here. The one Nigeria chop by Nigerian police. Let them go and stop the people that is calling for Igbo must go. We don't want this and that. No. Quick notice. Is how to make that into escalate. It is our duty to escalate it so that they will carry out such action. But it is not done on us that well people need reason of man. There is nothing like planning ahead. We want freedom, but we don't want to do anything. We need to sit down. For some people we contact we need to buckle up. I say, terrorists. And that again terrorists now. Actually, freedom fighting can never be a freedom fighters movement. People, a region show their freedom and will attack terrorists. Now, many of you are the things naga on na Igbo. The I cannot nature and actually terrorists. Unama the rate of kidnapping of the Igbo youth, the Biafran youth naga on na Imo State, Anambra State, Ebonyi State, and Enugu. Abia is somehow small little safe to Obele. Mana kidnapping kanagapa on there. Now, the people who naturally have as a terrorist have already tagged you people terrorists, and that have justified everything. Now, the Yoruba people are Patabunu. Igbo must go. And I thought, the police here arrest. Guinea Abani reciprocating. North must go, Fulani must go, Hausa must go, Yoruba must go. Guinea Abani many. A jilo coward, a jilo fear, are fighting for freedom. A coward shouldn't be in the forefront of anything and man. The moment the pretenders take a lead of anything, you can't achieve result. Nolani as in what for you, but this can you use this zoo protest in a video? I am that there is nothing like protest going on. The Nigeria government were idea that now revolution that the people might troop out for revolution. In order to avert that revolution, in order to make sure that that very revolution or take place, they purposely organize this protest, and they say that now they are doing, and when they protest in a fixed date for it. The moment they fix the date, this is a government organized protest. Now, this is to quench anything. Now, perhaps I go the protest, and the can African some of the protest, the IPOB, Nande Igbo, it's happening. And you're not here the 30 when government planned ahead and when we're supposed to do our own plan. That is the problem I'm with today. Now, the result of the protest, or they go end there. Now, there is nothing that will make people to come out again. It's like the coup that took place in Togo. That coup was orchestrated and masterminded by France in order for the real coup not to happen there, because they have seen that a coup must happen there. How would they now prevent it? They now strike by organizing their own coup. And the problem I will go now, this is a struggle, Buna. This struggle actually go on a lot of pretending. Everybody they pretend. Will pretend are fighting for freedom. And now this is a struggle, and you will peace and unity. And how long can you achieve anything? The people each know how about are more into gossiping and division. Now, the question I draw our people, Yoruba a quick notice, and the hand I try, Igbo must go. How have we reciprocate that very action? That very action, Igbo must go. Kedu ka anyị ga-eji ka ihe anyị ga-eji gosi ndị ọzọ a that you don't treat Igbos like fowl. Na eme ama anyị ka ewu, eme ama anyị ka atụrụ. Ọ bụrụzie ndị ahụ na-azọ freedom chọrọ isi na Nigeria pụọ bụ ihe na-achọziwa Nigeria achọbazi how to make peace. We have right to live in Yoruba land. Ana m ekwe na-ekwusi ike ọ bụrụ na ndị anụwa meche ọ bụrụ na enwere anything action anyị na onwe anyị take against this Igbo must go protest. If today might not be carried out today, they might carry it out next year or next 2 years when your mind will be out of it. Ndị ugwu apụtago gwa anyị na ha mabudatala anyị nri, na mabudata carrot, na mabudata sugar cane, na mabudata anything for 2 weeks. Ha carry out that threat. End of the day, the federal government appreciate them by compensating them, and they paid for everything they lose. N'ime one Nigeria ha nọ ya enwere anything ume. The Yorubas na-threaten not destroy the Igbo properties, na-eme everything anyị na-eme, yet anyị ka na-atụ ụjọ ka anyị take any action. Now the question na-ajụ our people bụ this: ndị Igbo a na-asọ nsọ inye ndị ọzọ quick notice n'ala Igbo? Ndị Igbo a na-asọ nsọ ịbandụ other activities in order to get their freedom? Negative protest ndị ugwu na-eme n'ala Igbo ka edose polisi anyị agbagbu ndị mmadụ because na-edega anya fụ that na anyị enwero the mouth anya bụrụgo ụsụ, yet anyị na-achọ anyị chọrọ work hand to hand. Now ọ bụrụ na ya ekwe anyị na this movement ka anyị malụ ndị bụ our enemy, because ihe anyị na-azọ kịta bụ power tussle among ourselves. The same thing na destroy ọhaneze ndị Igbo is the same thing na destroy Igbo politicians in ala Igbo. The same thing na destroy ndị Igbo at large. The same thing na destroy kwa anyị na this very movement anyị nọ n'ime. Divide and conquer, power tussle is what is destroying us. Envy, jealous, and the hypocrites is what is our problem today. We don't know when to strike. We don't know when to pipe low. We don't know when to take any action. We are any action other people take, and these things we don't accept it. The question now, gini ka anyị megolu ji gosi that now this land that we don't want to be called Nigeria again. Unechene obu na ịchọ freedom no obodo ndị ugwu ka ya eje chọwa your freedom. As only Igbo, anything ị chọrọ ime bụ your land ka ya protect, and that is the reason you see ihe anyị na-eme anyị amabeghị ya, I just be confused. That is the main reason ya agba Igbo must go is a welcome development. Kedu action ndị Igbo take, most especially blood source on the Igbo. Igbo politicians, the ha ga-achọ peace because they are politicians in Nigeria. But ndị ga-take that very action, ndị ga-take that very message very serious are the freedom fighters. The freedom fighting movement in that Igbo land are the one that will make sure that the Yoruba people carry out this their threat, because that their threat will help us achieve our dream. What is that our dream? This total disintegration of Nigeria. By giving kwesịrị to make sure that Nanda mere by escalating it. Anyị nwa ka ọ dịrị ịmụ ya ọkụ winye fuel. Ha nwa carry out. Anyị nwa ka ọ dịrị inye order that na anything Yoruba product ya akwụsị bata n'ala Igbo. Anything northern product ya akwụsị bata n'ala Igbo. From now henceforth, that now this Igbo must go. We have to show them that we have a place that we call our own, that their goods are selling. How many Yoruba people may read their product? Dangote cement is the highest the people now consume Dangote cement. It's ndị Igbo. Anything Dangote product bụ ndị Igbo now consume more than any other thing. But ndị Igbo cannot say because of these things, let us boycott anything that has to do with northern product. Russia and Ukraine were a problem. The people non NATO, in order to punish Russia, sanction Russia, they start boycotting Russian products. But I know every day. I know I cannot complain. It's complaining and lamenting and restore any nation. Tell me one place you move for gold freedom fighting not to complain. Cannot complain every time. Complain every time. Complain and not complaining. Who are you complaining to? You're not complaining to me, but I'm making enough of the complaint. Guinea again. What can we do? That should be the question. Everything I not complain. People are fading up because of the excess of complaining without no solution. Other parts na things the way ha kwesịrị ime. Other parts na things na take actions. A movement na fight movement enwere anything na-eme. Ihe anyị nọrọ bụ nọlami na-achọ onye member ya eme attack. Na-achọ onye anyị ga-asị onye adapụgo, he is no longer with us, he is now this, he is now that. And assumption the North must go, the Yoruba must go. Freedom with peace and unity. Peace and unity. When with the freedom. We need the freedom where you unite with your enemy. It shows that in a deal serious. That is why I see this Igbo must go protest. Behind question ibadu ukonia. Menya ko mwesi. Menya ko yefe. Can carry this out? But how can they carry it out? Where you want to go to the peacemakers? I told us can do fine as the law-abiding citizen. The worst thing that will happen to you is when you are looking for something and the people are ready to give you that thing. It knows make you peace with the people. Natural freedom, natural total disintegration of Nigeria, and the people are in a hand made the team, and now the green light. How to do things? Yet I know not in a fight freedom. I think I find I be very smart. It's how to attack ourselves. If I need you to Jebo Potalo give video of 2019 or 2080 or 20 even before monkey self. But I use that sense where see this thing done, how can we escalate it? Or by you accordingly, it didn't preach peace for the Yoruba people in Sinai, Igbo must go. How accordingly they attend the apology. There is at times if things or name, you don't need peace to approach it. You use violence to approach it. It becomes violence with violence. Then after it, another round table. The reason pattern and the when we're on Nigeria Tatabana, Ndu never have we Ndi Banolona yo. Ndi Yoruba Buite, Ndi Bonona yo. Ndi South Buite, Ndi Bonona yo. Any tribe or region Buitela against Ndibo, Ndibo Gabundi Naya yo. Ndibo when we had Yanaka have we to go to that na happen Ndibo. Every time I know lamenting, now lamenting. Negodu guys na fight for freedom. Negodu just go get na Facebook. If you go to na fight, you need nation a cholo hot. Or the mentality and no and Igbo no na Igbo nchi no lokita. Ki ga have Biafra. People never heard that name when they na fighting for freedom. As I am speaking to you now, as a freedom fighting member, as an IPOB member, as people name broadcast for IPOB, and go to any IPOB platform. And when there, people don't longer listen because too much talk is we have I mean too much. I wasn't without it alone. Any person name a business, avoid the risk. Every time you are avoiding risk, that business can never progress because you are avoiding the success of that business. Every business that has success, it depends on the risk you are taking. So business comes with a risk. The success is the part of the risk. What makes business to excel is the kind of risk you take. What you do is to manage your risk. It is called risk management. And you don't avoid the risk. In other words, you must take risk for you to succeed. Now, I want to achieve freedom, but we don't want to take the risk of fighting for our freedom. I want freedom in a platter of gold, where all Igbo business in the north will be intact, where all Igbo business in the west will be intact, where all Igbo lives in the north will be intact, where all Igbo lives in the west will be intact. Everything will be 100% within the Igbo. Then we will not get our freedom. It's not possible. We are not serious, and this serious. And we look at freedom with the Igbo properties and Igbo lives in the north and the Yoruba, not intact, or not possible, including Igbos in the south south. As it is now, we depend on the Yoruba people to rise against the Igbo must go protest carried out by the Yoruba people. How does that happen? How can that happen? Is that possible? The Igbo must go protest. The people actually take a very decisive action against it. Igbo. You can't take us for granted. Man, what was that heart? That is why since they kidnap everything just now does everything just now that from worst to worst, from bad to worst. I'm not capable. I want to expose Mazache report. I go deal with this Mazache report. Does that you get sense at all? Then what is the crime of Mazache report? The way he talk with arrogance. He don't have respect. You earn respect, you don't command respect. If you don't earn my respect, I don't give it to you. Yoruba, Igbo must go. So we are now afraid to break out. One place, if na fight for freedom, abide with the law of the country. Actually, you must make that law of the country invalid in your own land. You erect your own law that will govern your region. That is why, even as Catalonia is in Spain today, Catalonia has the law that is governing them, not Spanish law. They have everything. That is why when some people use them as an example, go and check every country that break out from any country. You will first of all make the law of that country actually invalid in your land. You don't respect it. The problem we want to impress the world that we are gentle, we are not violent. How will the world listen to you? The world then they're going to be gentle. What put a lot of mistake they are in him. Mistake I know this movement is that is that is uncountable. Ndị Nigeria na protest now. Blue Russia flag. And from some people, Putin, come come and take over Nigeria. Nachiwachi. Ima the reason. So because you carry Russia flag, then Putin will come to you. Have you met Putin to have a very good conversation? If you go Hamas, if you go Palestine, he blew Russian flag in their protest. If you go any other foreign country, name a protest or not actual anything, their freedom, Harap people their own flag or blow another country's flag. Manada thing do gume, okay, manada Ethiopia. Exactly, radical media world. The more you go for peace, the more you become the victim. But our people are not here reason here. Everything I'm love for peace, and they preach here. Everything I'm love to impress the world that you're a peacemaker. The world knows the truth. The world know everything that is happening. The world wants you to force them to speak. You need to force the world to speak. How can you force the world to speak? Is it by peacemaking? Many of you are not aware that Palestinians have been recognized as a country by United Nations. Why Palestinians reject it is because they tell you that Israel is a stranger in their land, that Israel must go. That is what is holding Palestinians, not that they are not yet a country. That is why when many of our people in Suzu, I'm one of the Israel media platform now didn't follow us. No, for the thing. That follow how our people are showing their stupidity there. You stand with Israel against Iran. In the other hands, you stand with Russia against Ukraine. Then, how can these two countries be of help to you? It shows that you automatically confuse, because Israel is an enemy of Russia. Russia is an enemy of Israel. You see the reason why I tell our people to step aside. But many people today, you are calling on Putin to help you. You are still holding Israel flag. Now, Ofuakana Lagos, Ofuakana Igbo. You know, with Russia and all with Inca. A freedom fighting hand with any country. Now, our people question. Oh, yeah, I can't know why you can restore Biafra. Madonna can equal to Kumazin the can. In August break now, people know Europe. This August, our August break. Many people now got August break. Now, a lot of you may travel. When last did you hear Mazin the can? Behind the check it out. On your champagne, which a drunk apatana, I call for the release of Mazin the can. Then media say, the pressure is coming for the God, there's no any pressure coming for the release of Mazin the can. You know why? Nigeria is a sovereign nation. It's a theory, which means if they want to deal with you as a country, the enemies, they will tell the enemies who want to act as a country to deal with this person. Emalona. Nigeria. Your enemy should be that Nigerian government. Your enemy should be the other people, natural people. When I say Nigeria government, your question Nigeria, can they put the main enemy anywhere? The main enemy anywhere but the north and the west. And any action I personally take against these people. Against these people. But a lot of you and a half here. In a chebuki, they have members at a Paul attack. He is no longer attached. Master, I am disappointed. Some of you never could disappointment and ne do nothing capun issue bedine. On Abamanya Miri. Now the great movement, Masanam the Kano Rapo, ne TP and Nike, and we are pretending that everything is working fine. Pretending, continue pretending. You will wake up one day and see that you are the one remaining, only you. One day you wake up and see that in your unit, not also again here, a for that now you are not doing it well. You are not doing it well. Some of you can pretend because I can wear some principal officers can with you. I one ticket. things are not going well. When you will see it, on will come bars or Polosiana, Ema waters your wake water. Estomchi, Obi one day. Yoruba Yega green light to take actions against them. They not Yega green light to take actions against them. Okay, the action I take, we turn to the word. The word should come and see you. The word should come and listen now. They are the one, the hatred is too much. Who tell you not to hate them? Who ask you not to return or reciprocate the hatred? Somebody hates you, you want to make him friend, and you are freedom fighting. In a church, Igbo to take action against the Yoruba people. Some of you got put and say, the whole Yoruba Syria. You need to check a hand challenge because in a man if I can't restore Biafra. This hand I Gina, I declare Biafra. I restore Biafra. Moon. We are so shameless in this very movement. SMG. Na this that is on a daily basis. We have totally failed mass in Namdekan woefully. We have failed mass in Namdekan woefully. Check it out. So the only thing inside the capable now, how to rejoice on the downfall of our brother. In most of us behind on now, they will say, okay, no to pilot a fail, then I have we have been vindicated. Oh, did US a fail, no to pilot, we have been vindicated. Oh, no to can a fail, oh, we have been vindicated. We instead of us to fight for what is facing us now, we are so divided and we are fighting ourselves. The Nigeria government, or not can Nigeria government let us destroy ourselves. Nigeria government take the action. They are just watching us destroying ourselves by ourselves. But some of you think, no, it pretend, yeah. No, any smart thing is an achievement. A very genuine IPOB member and a freedom fighter should be worried at this point. Any genuine IPOB member should be very worried in what is happening now. Because here and on, this is not a freedom movement, but we are heading to our own self-destruction. The kind of kidnap naga on Ali Bokita by Nigerian military. The kind of kidnap every day 18 sitters in the load our youth in different prison and not slaughter, not harvest organ. Yet I chuck at the natural at the world. Okay, I chuck at the world for as a peacemaking people. Oh, we don't want to be target terrorists by the world. So the world try target terrorists. Hama tag again. You don't want to fight, but you want freedom. How will you get it? Igbo na sonsi band anything that has to do with Fulani people. Ordinary cow meat, we cannot ban it in our league. But I call we are in charge of Igbo land. We are in charge of Biafran land. Or Gamwele to charge. Mazin Oluni make it alili bunwoke mmadụ. Alili na-eli Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. No, he alfuni no just no within 3 years. Or not nani. I am protecting this movement in order for Mazi to come and continue where he stopped. So you want Mazi, you are stagnant in other ways. Action now take to make sure that now we go na also na anyị nwa abụrụ ndị ya ebe onye pụta and na-enyegharị anyị ọda. Am I na be serious now? We are not serious yet. We are still fooling ourselves. Okay, in the church, and Igbo, you do a band of the Fulani products na Igbo, and we want to develop our own. Funugo country no kata develop without develop their own indigenous product without giving ban on the other foreign product, using tax to hide. Ihe anyị na-azọ nụ ka nna ndị Yoruba enyego anyị ha ịchọ, and they can na-ekwu again, a freedom fighter. Onye ọbụla kpọrọ onwe a freedom fighter, ị nwere right ịkpọ ndị uwe ojii to any person. And many of my brokers, you might like him. I don't like him. I don't want you to like me. Gini kanji you like him? I am only worried about the movement, the effort, the things I think you good. Many of you are not worried. If you be worried, because I forgot to get a hardcore. Gini po hardcore. Nego to ka media warrior IPOB deny. As if somebody do reasonable. Nego to media warrior na. Are you seeing progress in the media warrior, or you are seeing downfall of media warrior of IPOB? IPOB media warrior tisago. Oh yes, sir. And what does the media warrior no? So ndị kana pote ekutu okwu na bụ ndị nọ na radio Biafra. Anya ọbụla gbakpụrụ ime, because enwere anything na-apụta, enwere onye dị serious, enwere dị serious. Ihe anyị nọ kịta bụ anyị just na-achụsi nta ọnwa anyị. That is why you ego unu na-ekwusi ike. Ụfọdụ pụtara ihe dị a na ịdị against mmadụ eminiro need the right. Now your two enemies start fighting themselves, have not make you a victory, have not given you victory. I'm not in our naga. Many of you general freedom, but yeah, in Zuzu. Na we can this name. Or I can work I get a freedom. Ndana saw the freedom, mama. In Mapana, one IPOB member cap was last now. And we'll actually gain it again. Because if we go for 3 years, sitting up, no plan, nothing. Mazinam the Kano now, the fate of Mazinam the Kano lies in the Tinubu hand and the Yoruba and the Fulani, not in our hand, because we have failed him. If I know chasing up, because Mazi failed you, can you wait by ya capitalize the gap of Yai? If we be Yako, we're not the Ndoka. Ndoka to the reason Nigerian protests in the these things now that is a I'm not at myself now, seguindo portagem na IPOB self. More can no ne bilo we mundo. Ne live fine. Guinea can't join this movement self. Then na fish shine and I got on. No plan, nothing. Ndu go put a hana march ka soldiers how. Ndi Yoruba put a hana march. Ndi Igbo no ni bakwa. I know. The word. How long? How many times have you called the word? What is the response of the word you are calling? The word is like Jesus Christ. Call upon them, they will never answer you. That it will take only violence to make you to be a strong man. Know it today. Igbo must go protest. The Yoruba and passing kitike. Ndi Igbo anolo na-ede letter na-ejezi court na ya map na Lagos that Yoruba shouldn't chase Ndi Igbo out of Lagos. Police should arrest here. I am 100% in support of the Igbo must go, and nobody should arrest any person not organize that protest. That protest is one of the best protests that will restructure Nigeria. Igbo must go protest is the one of the protests in the Igbo question make campaign join that Igbo must leave Lagos. That is one of the most welcomed developments you can ever listen or see anywhere. Because you are incapacitated, it doesn't mean that others will be. The Igbos residing in Lagos and other parts are the problem of Nigeria. We are the problem of Nigeria because we don't know when to go and when to stand. How many Yoruba were factory in Igbo? I actually hear there. You invented something. We can't sacrifice anything. We are now our brother's killers. Now start on one back and front. Then I be his place. This Igbo protest, Igbo must go. But ihe ndị Igbo niile kwesịrị in support wholeheartedly. Mana guess what? I bidozie kpọwa Nigerian police. Hey, Nigeria, well, arrest them. We don't want it. Why are the hatred is too much? They are now calling for Igbo must go. Are you not fighting for Biafra? Is Biafra not part of Igbo must go? Eh? No. On a Biafra solo na Igbo must go. Ajụọ gị na gịnị ka anyị na-eme to free Maazị Nnamdi Kanu? Ị na-ede ka ukwulo. Ị na-ede ka mbala. Ị dị ka onye appraise amị. Ị dị very confused. But ị chọrọ ikwu okwu. The fear, ụjọ na anyị n'ime is too much. Ụjọ nna anyị n'ime is too much. And I am continue this aka anụ anyị ji. Aka anụ anyị ji. The fear is too much. And on this note, let me say it again. And in Gikwe, any person who put a say, I want to expose Kanu. I want to expose Simon Ekpa. Onya had no serious in her life, yeah. Facing the reality, I can come. Every person, none of this struggle for she na to go on say. Guinea back our problem. The moment I happen I na to be also a back a problem in bido. The division that among ourselves, if you go one cable get take to. How will it take you? Before can point again. Every genuine IPOB member should be worried of the current condition of Biafrans and the Igbo. Currently now, you should be worried. You are worried because you are part of the problem. And when any Igbo person, most people, okay, from Igbo, 80% of them actually jinting now for the IPOB broadcasters. And the reason they see them as noise maker. 80% of Igbo now for the IPOB media warriors as noise maker, courtesy of the no event, no pressure. How will you tell me that now video complete 1 year kugidoku kuche the next year I did okuboku? Look at when exposing Nigerian politician, Igbo politician. How will it help us to restore Biafra? Kekoge Jinyela Yaka will restore Biafra. A game broadcast, expose expose hope was tell our people about hope was Oga. After I don't tell our people about Hope Uzodimma, how will I stop Hope Uzodimma? Gini ka I ga-eme wee stop onye? Enwere ebe ị ga-ekwugodo okwu, people asị gị ọ ga-arapụ ihe ị na-ekwu. Anyị ma ihe niile a. The question bụ, gịnị bụ the way forward? The question anyị na-ajụ onwe anyị kịta bụ, what is the way forward? Anyị ya na-atọ n'ikwu okwu. People are interested n'ihe ị na-akọ. Ihe a ndị IPOB na-akọ, every time talking. Fulani wee na-egbu anyị, ndị ugwu wee na-egbu anyị, they hate us. People are no longer interested in hearing that story. So you need to change the topic, change the strategy. How will you get the people involved? Oga, near people hardship. Tinye action ga-eme people affect. These content creators need to be dealt with. Gịnị ka ị ga-eme ha? Oyechi metụta ha. The actions we take. Many people now up. People are going out. People are not coming in. You don't why? You kwesịrị ịjụ onwe gị ese na ya ajụ n'onwe gị ese. Mgbe ịjụ onwe gị ese, then you mara that ihe emebigo. Ihe emebigo. Igbo must go. And not the police. We are calling the IG to investigate those that are behind the Igbo must go protest and arrest them and bring them to justice. On the way that now people not fighting for you, the protesters of Igbo must go are the same thing with the people not fighting for their freedom. They are the same thing with IPOB. They are the same thing with me and you that want to go out of Nigeria. Igbo must go protesters and IPOB. IPOB is fighting for Biafra must go. Let Biafra go. And they let Nigeria. You see people naturally. You need to accept that thing and do something in a way that it will make it oyefe or provoke Zendozo. This movement, to be honest, not at an join himself. Why didn't you join this a movement of reason awkward? To be honest, not just show women kill because here I just need to see one line up and down. The worst thing any man can do to himself is to deceive himself before his enemy. When you start deceiving yourself, thinking you are deceiving your enemy is the worst thing that you will do to yourself. Currently now, I need to deceive one line, think that we are intelligent. Now I need dealing with our enemies. Meanwhile, we are the one orchestrating our own destruction. Man, am I like here? Am I like here? Negodo, I give one example just now. Negodo IPOB, almighty IPOB media warriors. Gini ko ne use? Gini ka IPOB media warrior ne use? Hey, that is actually me kuye course here. Mani malgi here course here. I want to be hardcore. I want to be hardcore. Where have the hardcore lead you now? You want to be hardcore, but you don't want to face reality. You want to be hardcore, but you don't want to sit down and ask yourself, what is hardcore? No direction. Well, anything I remember everything just nada yala. I know nature now. Every many of us now nature kakanota fail kai potashi. We told you. I'm not going to see your brother. I'm not going to see your brother. Then ndo to kanota kanna nature can do to the US favor. We told you they have sold the struggle. They have sold the struggle. Then ndo to DOS nature can ndo to autopilot fail. And then we told you what's an autopilot? It's an autopilot. Okay? And we'll be from there without all this group together. I put it to you. And well, Biafra, without every person, equal when meeting. You like I believe when you like I believe in Biafra na ha kwadi bia tata unless man if autopilot IPOB ihe niile ekwekọtara aka ọnụ nọkọ ọnụ resolve all this issue onye ọbụla mind their business. Without this event take place, oga, there is no Biafra anywhere. Go and write it down. God that way they do. I like I believe onye, I like I believe onye. And when Biafra not anywhere with this kind state of mindset I now. Ndị Igbo kwesịrị ịdị na-eme ihe. Nene Yoruba na-enye ndị Igbo quick notice. Very soon now, Benin people enyekwa ndị Igbo quick notice. Then ndị Igbo akpọ ọha na eze ndị Igbo. And then akpọ Imo State, Anambra, Enugu, Ebonyi, and the rest. I tell you, your Benin anyị. We are brothers and sisters. We are one Nigeria. Allow peace to reign. Nah, freedom kind of fight. You go to get in a fight of freedom. All I can fight freedom. Which country ever freedom no. Everything you depend on the word. Now they can get Putin. Because you are maka restore Biafra. Yeah, maybe going nowhere. Things are not going well. Ka ikpọ no nwaanyị meeting. Kpọọ no nwaanyị meeting. Maka na ihe anụ aka no IG. Anyị na-aga bụ we are heading to self-destruction. Ihe na-ere n'isi ndị Nigeria na bụ Jeremiah Motefufu with a very dark man. Jeremiah is not venture. It's not a bunch. I mean, Jeremiah is not looking at Ude yana agwaya. And the very dark man, Jago will do the team. I like one at times this because don't cannot suspect because I cannot suspect one very dark man because the government can use any person to destroy their enemy. Many of you are malon. I cannot boss spy. Anyị ejewe n'ịmata ndị akwa siri ike n'ukwu. Ovu nke meche ma nke ya na anyị ji ya onu. Some people amala na my platform ebele dị na bịa comment rubbish. Comment rubbish a block one gigasi ike. Na ihe na-eme na this many things na-agbanya mmiri. Many things na-aga on na-agbanya mmiri. Mgbe this protest na-ebido, una m ihe first trend ndị IPOB that the organizer have put Maazị Nnamdi Kanu as one of the condition the government here meet that they make Maazị Nnamdi Kanu as one of the condition for this their this thing, and for that reason I think we need to join them. Since the organizer are the Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, na no go when go protest they should release Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Anyị abandon go Maazị Nnamdi Kanu move on with him. That is here. Anyị move go on. And when they na-echetezi Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, ihe na-echete Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na bụ About the comment now your comment section. You post once in a while. All the people follow, and we want to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are going for the guy. Now. Where are they? Pastor, while Nigeria now that all they're not prayer. You need now prayer. It better will solve Nigerian problem. It better. The same better very soon now. I will let restore the Africa. Una for the reason I go now. Christianity balu melundi Igbo. Christianity balu melundi soji. Christianity balu melan. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is 100% alone now. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is alone now. They have abandoned him now. Uncle ya part my doka. They have abandoned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When I say you will give Nigeria government automatic to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It can no such thing. I using Nigeria government cabbage Maria. No, the Catholic is a young Maria. Maria just said they can't go. You will be there. Yeah, kind of. Buhari they are because release their Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they are Buhari they are release their Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Buhari nekete haya say you people are not serious. So with their beg now, just person will spend millions of dollars and we take the risk of Kenya, kidnap one, violate many international laws. Then una put with a beg. I release you with a beg. Buhari wanted to destroy Nigeria. Buhari wanted to divide Nigeria. That is why he made that move. Now, Tinubu want to divide Nigeria. That is why he's still keeping him. That is why they are keeping him. They are keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for you to revolt, for you to rise up, to fight for Biafra. At the end of the day, that is the solution. Okay, okay. For example, now, I am saying DS should make peace with Simon. When Biafra is restored, Simon Amabata Biafra or DS Amabata Biafra. Only your papa will be in Biafra. Or na ganoza na for Chiamaka Ajade, sino no autopilot Nyalike Ikeni. Go on ekuya na if only autopilot na street gina inale Kenya. Go on wegezoku. If only autopilot na street ina Kenya. Why if one Nigeria knows or Guinea na Heriko. A guy marriage now on autopilot no there. Only go autopilot. You know they drink with them. Because of it. Happen to pretend oil soccer, pretend it happen. Even now, autopilot is your enemy. Now social media can end. Many of us Neriko with him, autopilot. George was your coordinator, one of his best man, but in autopilot. Get count before you start. Okay, we'll check it out, but I'm not gonna know now. For your autopilot to tear about to issue. Are you checking out bag? Keep on deceiving yourself. You gonna deceive woman. For example, I'm in Italy now, Chiamaka Jere no Italy, and they'll be close to me here. Then Potanos are now unfair. Chiamaka Jere is my enemy. He is not my enemy. Unfair even Obon and now my old and going mania on I got to go those who are pretending. Put on social media and they pretend rubbish. Oh no, yeah, that. Do I join the meeting in one Nigeria again Diginuche. Is one Nigeria not your enemy, but we are in one Nigeria. Some of IPOB members were members of Ohanes and Igbo. How join the meeting under Ohanes and Igbo? You know, man, some of you they pretend. He pretend when I be on my platform. Okay, they come and pretend. Yeah, for your secret, I go panamia. Because I want you secret. You can't secret. Not at Abiam hide or something. You know, memo being color. This my young age can be actually teacher. I don't make sure those planning. Yes, I'm bringing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down by fighting for his freedom. I'm on Kapu. Chukuben. I need them your that. Boy, but I know this conversation. Can you one-on-one conversation? See na comment section, Pulu. I need to hear that. But na can drop all the link. But I ikawa in ako. Na kunuji make false allegation against every person. Mgbe nweta Biafra na nke ndị ya nọ ya. Aka ka anyị ga-eji restore Biafra. Ngwa ka anyị ma mmebi human being n'iso na ndị ihe dị a automated any person nọ na this struggle nsị gị na ya fụ onye autopilot n'ụzọ nyagbuo onye ahụ just na-ejisive onwe onye ahụ ezigbote onye asị onye ọbụla nọ na this struggle now sị gị I don't if I see onye Igbo bụ onye autopilot anywhere onye ahụ na ọ just na-ejisive unu onye ahụ just ime like ya and mụ amadia deceive onwe m okay, mpụta kịta nsị gị mfonye autopilot na n'ụzọ mgbuo ya ọ ga-asị ezigbote asị. The earlier we start uniting ourselves and drop all this nonsense fight against ourselves is better for us. We are not achieving anything with all this division. And well, anything I may achieve, yeah? Rather it will create more division. And again. Highest in the asable, let in the autopilot melo gaba. I want melon can gaba. Mania in a deck of blue fool ye there. Oga or walk. Chukuben, but I hear can sanitize your brain or say so. But I can sanitize your brain. And now as me, any open up on Igbo. And now as my piasi, my can also your autopilot in my reason. Ndị Igbo na-celebrate in the Niger Delta. One reason I just celebrate in the Niger Delta. One reason EJJ celebrate in the Niger Delta. One Nigeria. Okay, it's a company Igbo Masi. Then I form Niger Delta nine. So you might heard that na Mazina canon email that on the Niger Delta and course. Niger Delta youth are the main reason. Niger Delta youth are the main reason. Many meaningful action I get taken to achieve our result. Because most of the places I actually take our actions. Most of those places, the Nigerian government recruited the Niger Delta youth to be there and working for Nigerian here. The same way that before Hanozo, that is the same one who get you unite. Simple as that. I can never again create myself any unnecessary enemy. Okay, for again, I am AP. Can never once again create myself any unnecessary enemy again. Okay, what? Unnecessary enemy. Then I fight for nonsense. If for that unnecessary enemy, I am AP, can never create it for myself again. I be ready. I am only high natural. All I already. Can already as now form yali and well need to see one. Try yaka there. I on your naturally the hardest man. You might like him at this platform money. Emmanuel were many groups now not. Emmanuel not were many groups. And those groups in each other's agenda. but they are functioning here. They are facing their own enemy. That is how I want us to operate. Focus on the real enemy, because a lot of kidnapping na ga on n'ala Igbo. Kendo dị gị ka ha wanna carry out the kidnapping. Kendo Nigerian army na kidnap Igbo youth. Onwenu ga for Nigerian army bịa na Imo State ịbịa bụrụ ndị Igbo youth. Ha jụọ gị ma iwu onye autopilot before he bụrụ onye ahụ. Or ha jụọ gị ma iwu member of DOS. In our support IPOB DOS, in our support autopilot. They don't ask that question. Ha tinye their motto. He buo onye niile ha bụ. Ha luo there. Ha da ajụ there say. Ha gba ha ncha niile ka nchi. Then they can't deceive onwe gị. Imane many groups na Yoruba land. Why are they not fighting themselves? Enwere OPC, nwee Amatoku, nwee Sunday Igboho group. When last did you see Gani Adams fighting Sunday Igboho? If you get, but they are not fighting the same. They have a different ideology. That somebody negative. Hello. Watching I can do.
My voice is coming out clear. Am I correct?
Yes, your voice is coming out clear. I think so.
Yes, actually, me joined on video, but very unfortunate in my office. So, in my laptop of job, I can't use it for this program, and that is why I try to use phone, but it's not connecting with phone. That's why I said I want to call on phone at least.
Good.
Yes, I have a disagreement with you, and that's why I come so that we can reason together. That is how it's supposed to be. The reason why I came is of two things. At least let us start with number one. By saying the solution for us to achieve Biafra is for every group to come together. And I'll tell you why I disagree with you.
Okay.
Number one, there's some group that started independently. I mean, who formed their group without trying to blackmail or to lie, it just to gain popularity. People like I think that's what they call Biafra National Guard, even though I'm not seeing them again. We have Biafra League. You know, that's people who started on their own, who said, okay, this pattern you are using will not get us what you want, and they started. And people who got them, stand up, at least you, as an example. I have seen a lot of lies and blackmail accusation on your head. Even recently, I think this guy, the guy you mentioned in Jamaica, he posted something. I think that was on July. You know, trying to bring a old video when you were with them, and so when I saw that video he posted, I know that he's trying to pass a message for the hatred to continue by those who sing praises of an autopilot. Is always an autopilot because of when the attack was very, very hard on you. He brought those videos just to refresh our memory. Look at this person. Look at what he said about the leadership. So, without going deep into that, the problem to achieve our aim is not a matter of coming together. You may come together. What of the mindset? What is the mindset of those that are coming together? These are the points we have to look into. If we in IPOB, have a very strong mindset regarding of the division, we will achieve a very good aim to convince those in public. Because what people on ground are looking is who is the one that is giving us what we wanted. But even in IPOB, as me and you standing, I can begin to mention the coordinators that are deeply into religion. Many of them have even created enemy among those that are coming to the meeting, because those that say that they don't want to deal anything with Jesus in this our struggle. Some of them are die-hard followers of Igbo. So the problem is not coming together. This is where I say I want to come in number one. It is not a matter of coming together. Those who are fighting for freedom, you should ask yourself, what is their motive? What is the mindset of the other groups? I believe in unity. I believe in coming together. But I am also involved and very careful in what is the agenda? What do you have to bring in table? What is it? What was even your motive initially, that made you to start this movement? Now, you made mention of those in Biafra land who are taking the life of those in Biafra land. Are they autopilot or whatever? Like I said, Mazen Namikana said it in broadcast, that whether we like it or not, those of our brothers and sisters who were deceived, to join whichever group, when they come back, we should accept them with wholehearted, we should accept them with open hand. But the people who don't try to deal with it, the people that conspire to deceive others. Because in this movement we are, we don't know how they deceive all people. They deceive. Some people, nobody's perfect. Even me that is here. There was a time I nearly fall into P4D, but I got myself and I returned back. So I think I came out openly and made up. In fact, they deceive themselves, and then the real freedom fighters, because they are open. They find themselves and fall out. And again, they have senses and say, okay, no, I'm going in the wrong direction, I have to come back. So there's a difference, brother. It is not a matter of coming together. If you like, let us come together 1 million times. What is our mindset? You can see what is going on in our land today. Even as me and you speaking, Ebukobi is building a very big auditorium in Imo State, where other people are now going there to buy land. A lot of people, land that have been there before, nobody's buying that land. But if I tell you the rate where people are buying the land now, you cannot believe it. Why? Because church is coming there. So we have a problem. Normally, this Biafra issue is supposed to be dropped first. Let us deal with our mindset to know that do we really want for freedom or not. That is, let us just stay on this number one before I go to number two.
Okay. Thank you, my brother, because you will put a nice topic and your own point of view all the very clear. But the reason you say that we cannot achieve anything without unity. But unity, a lot of people are what is unity first? Unity that we must come together and become IPOB members. That is not unity. Now, like let me use the example you give. Let me start with it. You say that the mindset of our people is what we will consider. The mindset of those I was talking, what is their mindset? Now, the same mindset of autopilot outside. Now, can you go to the mindset of the people I know with? Get their own mindset. Are they really fighting for freedom? Or are they after how to chase people out? Are we united? The only one non-IPOB. That is, let me use the name, the people under the command of IPOB leadership. Are they united? Are we united? What is our mindset? What are we bringing to the table? If that is the same thing now, we are still seeing ourselves as our own enemy. And that is why you see a lot of blackmails among ourselves. And there is no trust. Secondly, unity in the preach is autopilot can be autopilot, but let them be fighting for freedom. And we will stop attacking them. The mindset, how much? Then let autopilot stop attacking IPOB. For example, I got about this meeting. I them with them too much that now our people divide in this way, but getting cause of that division. The initial stage of this division will confusion. For example, can you use someone for example? Until my name was called on Radio Biafra, in my idea, I'm not on autopilot.
Yes, I just I'm listening.
Now, till after put on Radio Biafra, after expel governor Radio Biafra with the name Nambu an autopilot member. That is a very big lie from any person on IPOB. And because of that, I was very angry. Nga Torino, I meet Chiamaka Ajere. Instead of join this autopilot. Come here there. Na live video na Torino, na Porta Palazzo, can the place. Join after my name. That was when I told him I want to join the autopilot because I can't get it back from the Radio Biafra. Now, a lot of people were pushed to join autopilot, not because they wanted to, but because of the ill treatment they meted them on them. They joined autopilot. And they are not joining autopilot to revenge. They are joining because they want to continue fighting. They don't want to stand out. They want to continue fighting that freedom because they think that they need the freedom and they continue fighting it. Now, but where I will blame somebody, but when you join something and you know you are genuine, in Ezean or Blozi, Jumakia will join here. you have to make a U-turn or potassium along. So when I say peace, the question we are not here, what type of peace? In the example, let every group start working on their own without attacking each other. For example, Gani Adams of APC or OPC and Sunday Igbo of Malamafa group here, and the Kenshina Hakolonweha Amatokun. All these people has their different agenda, but they operate in Yoruba land without attacking themselves. And not different groups, they don't attack themselves, but they don't agree with each other. But they always attack the enemy and they protect that northern interest. The same thing applicable to this European Union. So peace in Neku and the unity in Neku, let us resolve these things. I want tackling between ourselves. Konobuna operate with his name. Let autopilot operate with autopilot name. And the focus on Nigeria government. Then was there a meeting point? Their own agenda. That is my own point. So most especially autopilot as your enemy. I disagree with that one totally, because 90% of people joining autopilot were pushed by blackmailing and the wrong judgment, which I am one of the example of it. I was accused of joining autopilot and my name was mentioned on Radio Biafra without any atom of investigation. Even my national coordinator then, Adela, aware of my sacking. My regional coordinator, Adela, aware of it, including my unit coordinator. Then who give the information that Maza Cherepo is an autopilot?
Okay, Maza. I think I've listened to your points, and that is why I said how I wish we can be doing this. I mean, every IPOB personnel, or whether those that are broadcasting, because sometimes we have a divergence opinion does not make us enemy. Let me start by what you said. What brought about autopilot is a confusion. Like I said, let me also make myself clear before you get to me. Even you that are with us, you see the way I'm still combating those in IPO. You are watching the way they attack me. So when I said that we need to ask ourselves the mindset we have, including us. I'm not exempt. I'm talking about our race. If you watch my program, you will hear me say our race are down. The reason why Amazon Americano is still in pressure is not because of IPO. It's not because of autopilot. It's because of our race collectively. But we're a bunch of failure. Sometimes, if you see what is going on, you'll be even worried whether are we the problem of even the Black Africa, because we passed through genocide and we didn't learn from it. We still travel back to the land where those slaughtered us. We went there and they broke their land. You are the one that asking question now that can tell us a number of Yoruba people who have establishment in Biafra land. You can see no, that we are bound. Even if you go to all these competitions, go to Olympic or go to World Cup or anything event, even in diaspora, it's Igbo people that always represent Nigeria. Go to Nigerian Association of any country, you will see Igbos are mostly in that in the gathering. So that's why I said our mindset as a race need to be revisited. The confusion you are talking about is as a result of superstitiousness. Let us assume our race are very, very strong and at the same time sensible. There will not be anything like autopilot. There will be nothing like autopilot. The reason why we have autopilot is because people out of frustration and anger, some join. The people that were instrumented to form a group that will destabilize what we're doing. Dave Umar, he made it his utterances. He said, I'm going to create a parallel IPOB. He said it. And many of us have seen Simon in Igbo gathering, Igbo Discipline Association, where he condemned Mazin. That time me and you are still in IPOB. Simon was not a member of IPOB. That is what bothers me, how he was regrouped and come in without that brain that is missing in our people. Not knowing that, check the utterances of this person. Why people now ask, where are you speaking? If you mess up, they're going to bring you what you have said, even when you are small. They have your document everywhere, so that when you are talking something, you go back and bring what you have said in 1930 something, that you are the one that made these utterances. The same thing they did to Trump. So we don't keep history, and we don't. We are not even standing on what we believe in. That is why I said we need to revisit ourselves. this guy came in and, you know, he even said in his way, I don't know whether you have said it in your oil that you don't allow anybody to who have their flag to come in their gathering. That's an atom of hatred. Yes, long time people have said so. Autopilot that I said that I've said it in my platform. If I see them, I agree them. I know the people that were deceived. Even me and you that is talking, I didn't is not how strong Methuselah is today. I would have formed my own group and started fighting the leadership. Because there's something that you see that is not going properly. Okay. You know, because of you are not strong enough, you can go out and start fighting. But this is not the solution, because if you also go out, create your own group, you are creating smaller groups. The only thing you will stay there and be fighting. I will be in IPOB. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be fighting the injustice that I've seen there. This is how I decided to take my own. Now, let me go to, you talk about joining autopilot. Whether you like it or not, there are some people that join autopilot to revenge, attack, or blackmail on them by the leadership and those in this movement. I want them to be justice. I want them to have the mind of their own. I don't blame them. I want them to measure up. I want them to include leadership, and I include both in the zonal level, both in the regional level, both in the national level. The leaderships. When I talk leadership, people when I join US can leadership, I'm talking generally. From unit coordinator, Bago. Exactly. So that let me make myself here, because I'm going to go leadership and I can learn how can put as a look at it. I told you he's going to attack the leadership US. I said it. So but that's why I want to stress it out. But because they cannot endure it, they join their autopilot. The guys never fight their back. But I didn't like that. What is their motive of operation? Mas, whether we like it or not, we cannot have two captains in Washington. Are they possible? Okay, now let us come to the activities of autopilot that will want me to start talking about how to bring them together so that we can achieve Biafra. What is the meaning? What can you ask? Let me put it to you as a question. Since Mazen Namdekan has been detention, what is the achievement of this incessant sit at home? Sometimes 1 week, sometimes 5 days. I do ask. They told me that they use it to inflict pain on the Nigerian economy that is affecting them. And I want to ask you, what is the achievement of this thing at home? Just just to be honest to yourself. I wouldn't mind even if you say something that will give them credit. I don't care. I need sincerity. Tell me what is the benefit of sit at home since Mazinam became intellectual. Now, I'm going to ask that question because that question, Mazia with pure heart and straightforward. Yes. Now, and anything important, I will face the consequence because it's Yokubundo. And like you said, in a face reality. And I am that word, adopt, can face where reality. Now, the first Monday sit at home that was organized by IPOB leadership achieved result. That very one met a very good result. That is the protest ML on the 9th of August 2021 met a result of the purpose, which is number one. Kamalo Amazinam de Kana Kadendo Kongulang Obonojinto Sipotia Kaifiana, which pressured Nigeria government into a property. Then, after that protest, Kanu Takano, before themselves, Kanu Takana cancel again. Now, and when the order and the counter order, the reason that the sit at home, Agilos and the Talos in Polo is because of order and the counter order. Believe it. Order and the counter order now sit at home. With Monday sit at home, we will achieve a lot of results. Obuna, that is it at home. Nenwelo, Kanu Takano, Anahe, Akantia, and Simon Epa step into it. Abiaze when they kwelo na ndị na-ekwelo. Any others in the Kagawa business, Ninka Molono, and was a misunderstanding. That is the reason Mpatana that Monday sit at home and Ametalompolo. So since I had 18 years here, I'm not talking about Monday. What my statement as an incessant 5 days, sometimes 1 week. No, that's 1 week. That's 1 week. Mpolomita was zero. Onwelo value. The 5 days was zero. 2 days and Mpolomita. And well, the only thing Omebuno
our people, where's there more hatred on the movement? That is the continuous all those one beyond negative or positive and the bad effect.
Thank you very much. It also step by step. Now, in making them the result of all this claiming responsibility. The reason I guess such a thing so that when you are talking about unity with autopilot, you ask yourself, what are they doing? What have they done? What is their operation? Because as Mia is talking, whether we like it or not, you cannot have many captains inside the ship giving order. And that is what Nigerian government have captured to be using it to be dealing with our people. Now in Onimo, only a lot of people are saying, now, Nigerian military style, they are there but on social media, now we do now we know be them, because I know why I'm saying this is that in a group that united with even a question uniting a group now, because every group now, every of us, what is leading us now is superstitiousness. Even the kind of fight, and the kind on our own, IPOB now, our own superstitiousness. Only time I don't know when they in particular, and they were hated on me. Why? Because of the issue of religion.
And when they got to have forget a hamad manonu maka this religion. You know how
so and when a lot of things I did it. But I have to be grateful for IPU because without them, I would have known the extent of the ETOC in us. That is the only thing I've achieved. So that I'm being careful of the way I take our people to. No, as me, I start now. If you say let us go to, I will say I'm not going. I will not join because I know the mindset we have. Okay, now this issue of protest they are doing has turned into a prayer request. As me is talking now, they have already make their project and they are about to give a date of the prayer. What is the prayer? To end the bad governance. The bad governance they have started on the street now have turned to a bad prayer. So this is the mindset of our people that we need to revisit and ask ourselves: do we need freedom? Do we need freedom? This thing we are saying freedom. Do we need it, or we just wake up one day we start talking about freedom? So when I'm talking about mindsets, I'm not excluding IPOB. They are included. Even me as me is talking now, our own is I don't know where to start. If a man can have a joy, I say the only this age be my freedom. The only people join so now we should need the freedom because we want to see. Look at the group that listed in their demand. Amazon cannabis be reduced. When we were placard among the protests, get the release Amazon can happen. I didn't know, but if you know,
ask them the question here just now.
Okay. I didn't see it. So come on, go ahead. I disagree with you.
The first question can we address the first question? The question here, the claiming of responsibilities of some almost or blossom all the activities here, men and Labia again. That one, any intelligent person, Gamadas now, don't claim such responsibility. Is either the person is evil or ignorant of his own claim. Because claiming responsibility, that the main purpose how much claim responsibility for corona how an alone.
Exactly.
And they how when we get other people to them. Any ha credit. Mana how an onwe ha adlo onwe ha or the right how we claim responsibility of anything. Obona had intelligent. A wise man don't claim the responsibilities of taking down a government security down in his own territory.
In his own, yes.
That is which more condemn. Then the act of their stupidity. So to me, that is foolishness. Oh yeah, because more additional 80% of responsibilities how one claim I'm very 100% sure. Then the reason how they claim the reason ha je claim ya bụ ka ha bụrụ na ha nwa na-alụ ọrụ ka ọ bụrụ na ha nwa na-eme nothing more nothing less ka people nye ha credit get to ha because our people nwere this mentality mbụ na ha believe na ihe ha na-afụ anya ha jụrụ ese onye merie ha believe na ka m gwere nye gị example ọ n'ihe nọkịta Maazị Metusela ọ bụ na ị chọrọ iwu a very celebrated person na Nigeria today ihe n'ididolebere ime bụ weta 2 million naira kelu 500,000 to each person nọ na Nigeria each one ike gbanya na video tinye na your page each one ike gbanya na video after ka ikechere that money those people ikelu that ego ga na their village take the right of those other people na-enwebeghị ihe ha passed. A lot of people there. And when the person rises against you, those people say that naturally bring it down because na jealousy. And not address your activities, the atrocities in our community behind the scale, the camera. You had the after bigger. So people believe in actually my head on the ground. And that is the reason the Simon capitalize when they deal with our people up to take the glory. Our people are called as without US, that action KKG carry out.
Okay.
So that is it.
The last one, and like I said, I'm going to stand about the truth. No matter what you said, I don't actually maybe it doesn't matter. Maz, do you know that propaganda is part of freedom fighting?
Yes.
But to make a propaganda to deceive your own people, is it a freedom? Is it part of freedom fighting?
No. That's very place can't you against this Monelo Chukwu problem. By assuming that na Iken Guruagu is a spy using by the DOS. Now, Keki Gejibu a spy, there's an amunyoku na that place he belong instead of eating amunyoku na being a spy. You usually run a propaganda. You have to run a propaganda that will promote and protect that your EBI belong and they destroy your enemy. Obula runs a self-destruction propaganda. And each the activities of like I watch our brother Critical Taker this morning video. I think I'll post that video this morning. About that have we think or a reason why Maazị Chinasa anaha ayeda ebobuna ekutere okwu Ikenga, then he will shut the person up and abandon the person because now how they use here iju enwete something. Such mentality is a problem to us. So it's like we shooting ourselves on the head, and the same mentality by everybody that Niken Guruagu is now a spy used by the DOS to extract information by to Nigerian army. Manamuna gina bo mana ihebo spy bona. Mazoki manambulo spy to you. Mdai spy, I will not allow people to know that I am an IPOB member. Mabonebo IPOB member. Now, could you be possible that now somebody is well known that Nonya Noah, my IPOB member, he gave you Zumia as a spy to go and extract information from another person, a well-known IPOB member. So, our people get in that thing. I watched some the video this morning. So that are propaganda in the cookie type. Propaganda against self, like blackmailing against from Simon Ekpa to DOS. It's a self-destruction. And before I go on that, course from beginning. I hear from beginning.
Back to my initial stand that the problem we need to go and deal with our mentality, everybody, because if our sense is working, nobody will deceive. As I am now, nobody will deceive me. The highest respect I will pay to you is to, be on my own and do things on my own without bringing you to my picture. I'm not. I always say, but a lot of people don't understand what I mean by hero worship. Just like what you said, a lot of things. The movement. Sometimes we think we're doing it to protect the story. No, But we are creating stupidity among the individuals who may come in because everybody is watching our steps to see what we have in stock, so that to promote and at the same time to increase the struggle itself. Just like what you said, like people trying to defend the abnormalities. You can't go been shouting of him, and I know a lot of people will tell you there's a reason why the leadership don't want to talk. People on the comment section are the one that will even teach you that you have to don't talk like that. There's a reason. What is the reason now? Now he's out now. I don't also know whether is there any reason why the issue of him was not revisited. A lot of people left the movement because of that guy, but many of you may not know. That is why it is good to speak up when things is going wrong. Injustice, we need to condemn it. A lot of people left this movement, seeing how they are handling that guy. He came out, he brought the issue of politics in our struggle, and he was not only that he didn't caution, they still allow him to be even kicking against those that are working. Now he's out. And yet the issue is not also being discussed. I know how it's paining you. I know the way you're talking. I know what, if I tell you that I don't know why you are speaking about unity. I'm a liar. You know, had it been IPOB on their own, I think what they're supposed to do in the issue of media, I don't think the issue of unity will rise from you. Because had it been we are waxing seriously, without even minding what others are doing. You are now going to see that we are going to overshadow their lies and propaganda with our genuine work, because everywhere is scanty and everywhere is now quiet. And then if we triumph in the absence of good people. So the reason why I'm asking you these questions about propaganda, about sit at home, using to be taking the life of our people, about claiming responsibility, knowing fully well that the life of our people is danger, it can't be there to protect you. It's because you made mention of the only reason we can't move forward is by bringing these people together. No, I disagree. We need to talk to ourselves generally, even we, IPOB, we are not exceptional. I wouldn't do here now. Only problem here they need to go about Jesus Christ. And they do. One thing with them is that they will not come to you direct to say, Mazi, I hate you, I don't like what you're doing because you're insulting Jesus. No, they say because you're insulting the leadership. So they will now try to bring in what can, take people along. And the people will not even try to trace your footsteps, trace your utterances, trace the reason behind your utterances. No, they will not, calculate, okay, it's true, he's attacking the leadership. And then, if you watch Ken Guru, before he was with us, every tip of his program is, I will not allow anybody to attack the leadership. But while I was here, nothing, it will not happen. It does otherwise. You bring that topic, that kind of statement, they bring people together so that any movement team makers, yes, an enemy. Okay, I create enemy. Where are we now? I could be at the man saying, even this statement you pronounce, let's go be a prefer, go me before my platform. But Namaz is alone. I'm the problem my phone after. That's stop talking that thing. But it's true. And why should come out and start lying to people? So, my brother, the problem, what we need to get what we're looking for is we need to, it's a very deep task, to be honest. It's not a matter of coming together. Even the people that call themselves Nigeria Delta, and with a lot of problems, they talk about religion. That one are there. They talk about those that are supporting Nigeria will be that movement. They are there. They talk about those that are benefiting. The psychophants are there. The people that have benefited from the government are there. So where do we start? It is a very deep thing that we need to. I don't know, me as I'm here, and I don't know the solution.
Maazị ka m bata ya, o nwere example nche nye gị. Ị nwere ike ichete the time I think it was Buhari that gave to Mpolo that contract of a guiding pipeline worth of almost $500 million, if I'm not mistaken. After that contract to Mpolo, Asari and his boys rise to start fighting each other, and they wanted to drag that very contract. And for two of them to drag that very contract, I know that when Asari boys and the Tompolo boys start having issue, it is like Niger Delta fighting themselves, and the youth will start killing themselves. End of the day, the government will not lose anything, because anyone that remain, they will still give the person the contract. But those ones that die for nothing. Now you see that the PANDEF, led by Edwin Clark, stepped in. He stepped in immediately, and they called Teketom, who has his own group, called Asari, who has his own group, called Tompolo, who has his own group, and called other people, including the one that called himself General. And they have a round table meeting with them, and he settled them. In that place, they made them to know that their target is the Igbos and the other people, not themselves. And they settled them. That was the reason Asari is running a military this thing today, military company, military whatever it's called company to all this assassination group only. Now, when I say peace, that peace was made and they come together, they're united. That does not mean that Asari boys have become Topolo boys. They still fight, they still have their group operate different, but they don't attack themselves. Now, when I say peace, I totally believe that but we need to unite by finding a way to stop fighting ourselves. By stopping that, that will enable us to know who the real enemies are. Because the enemies will not agree with that word, unite, and they stop attacking yourself. When the enemies, those the government are using to kill us, after we have made, when I say unite, I doesn't mean only this thing, autopilot. Because if Mazen Amdekan did not unite with the Biafra Zionist movement led by Barrister Onwuka, Barrister Onwuka is leading that movement. But when he was arrested and detained, are you aware that Mazen Amdekan sent Barrister Fanye Ejiofor for his release?
I'm aware.
Good. That is to tell you that he did not agree with Mazen Amdekan, and he had his own group. But the unity is there. He is working on you. That was the reason Mazi to send Fanye Ejiofor, his own lawyer, to go for him. That is the kind of unity. Obuloka, everybody, but because I'm aware that now the people not deceive our people. Now he lulo madu 5. But the people how are deceived rule thousands, and we cannot fight that thousands without letting the and win that. That the only way we can get that thousands back is by bring unity, so that 5 people or more than 5 people that are real enemies will now bring themselves out. When they bring themselves out, happens here another hard deceive.
Maze, I don't think you have studied our people. I think this is the reason why you're speaking like this. Maze, let me be honest. Like I said, I love unity. I to be honest, I'm a human being. I love unity. If I'm not, I don't love unity. I won't be united with my family. I love peace and unity, and I have to have unity with the people that I have at least a little bit myself. Let me tell you why it's difficult in this issue. You have to differentiate between government-sponsored group and a group that are doing things carelessly on their own, maybe because of the way they understand. There's a difference between government-sponsored group. Let us check the activities of these people that we're talking now. And they had even the followers. If the followers are very sensible, we have, even including you, even you even entered into their forum where you ask some critical questions. A lot of people have seen these things. A lot of people have seen a lot of exposures we have been doing. I agree with you when you said that no need of doing exposition anymore. We have done so many expositions to wake our people up. We have done extra. Even sometimes we repeat what I have said before. Sometimes I bring the program of Master Namdekan, even where he said anybody forming group called Biafran government in Elsa is a criminal.
Yes.
And they pose also such a panel before so would they. Master Namdekan people say, tell me the country that have achieved their freedom by sitting at home. So these are the difference that is different between the group that are fighting, that I can, like I mentioned you, the group that are started on their own without attacking anybody to join there. You know, these people are government sponsored group. That is why anything they are doing, any placard they are doing today, Master Namdekan will be there. Because they know that these are the bond holding some illiterates with others that can they deceive easily. You call yourself a prime minister, and you are still every picture, Mazen Namdekan. Who is your leader? Okay, Maz, let me ask you. You said every group. Who's the group of autopilot? If I should ask you, who's the leader? Who's the leader? Who's the leader? Who's the leader of autopilot? Who's the leader?
Maz, the HK program. I think I made that program in 2022 when Simon Epa joined me in that program. That is the question I asked him. Who is the leader of autopilot? And he never answered that question.
I'm telling you this now. You said let every group go and make peace. They will tell you that their leader is Mazen Namekan. Whether they like it or not, their own is also Mazen Namekan. You people are in the same group. That's what they tell you. So that is why I told you it is difficult to unite with such people with such mindset. They didn't come with a very clean heart. If they come with a clean heart, to be honest, we need to unite. I mean, at least I united with Anya fight was the brainwashed done to us by Westerners. But this one, they are on their own. Then when I told you so, okay, now let us as well unite. Now, for example, it's okay, let us unite. I unite a little talk a lot. I'm going to go mother and a responsibility because what we are fighting is Biafra. So they are given the responsibility of what they did. Even though they did it, you must come out to claim it, knowing fully well that you cannot protect the life of your people. And you now begin to see that there's no how you avoid being enmity with them because they are causing havoc in your own land with their reckless ideology and the mode of operation.
Okay, Master, can you go to this question now? Now, they are claiming that responsibilities and is bringing havoc to our people. What do you think that is a solution to stop that very things or to prevent all these things in Yemen and Biafra? Because our own, we are the one losing our young youth.
Yes, I want many of you to listen, even those that are gonna from this my response, because I know a lot of people will be offended, but it's the reality. I have a group called Facing the Reality. Maz, to be honest, the capacity to stop them is not there. You know why? Even we have the capacity. I don't think we should be talking. Only time we are coming out to rant. We are ranting. We're coming out to, like what you just said. I want to expose this one. I want to expose this. I want to expose this. And I want to also tell you that they are not alone. They are sponsored. When I say sponsored, the people that are sponsoring them know the targets. So that is why when I travel back home, what I did was I stand up and I shed tears. I tell you, when I speak it, people don't understand me. To answer you correctly before I move forward, Maz, is hard to stop the infiltration. When you allow enemy to infiltrate your land, it is very difficult, and that is what our forefathers tried to prevent. The reason why they started marching to Oren when they were combating the Nigerian counterparts. They were moving. We hear that they crossed Oren, moving towards Lagos. They know why, because they don't want the fight to be fought in their land. And immediately they push them back as a result of saboteur. You see how they took over every species and that led to surrender. So when I travel back home, I saw Nigerian military. This one is not ordinary checkpoint. They build house there. There's houses there with a mud house, some with a plank. They are port. They are towel. They used to bath. They are living there. They are living there. So this is something all of us need to be worried about. Those that have gone back home recently can testify what I'm talking. So the question you ask is very simple, because I know you should be wondering. Now we know that they are causing havoc to our people. What do we do on our own to stop them? So it is a very, very difficult situation we find ourselves in. And that is why the Mazen Khan was shouting that they know that they are beating me because they want their benefit from the security in our land. Release me here, because our people mentality is so dumb that they need Mazen Khan to speak before they can get their bread back. But me and you are not like that. We know what is good and what is bad. Even when Mazen Khan make a mistake, we tell him, Oga, with all due respect, please, sir, you ever hear Naga who's annoying? When they are like that, when they will yes member, they say we should go, let us go. So this is a lot of people that are full in this movement, that they need Mazen Khan to tell them that this guy is not working for his own, project before they will agree. That's why they'll tell you, I don't want, and the criminal defender, they know. That's why he said, Mazen Khan must be released, come to Finland to talk to him before he can stop what he's doing. Knowing what is a very difficult task. And our people say, yes, it's true. Maz is true. We can only stop unless Mazen can't speak. Mazen can't find a court to go. When Nelly was there, they said Mazen Khan was clone. That is mad. That is not imposter. So as God may have it, Mazen Khan came out and speak. Sema said this in program that is not Mazen Khan. Is even me a little bit. I got confused. I have to go and bring that video and zoom it and begin to watch closely whether the mouth is going as it is speaking. So they are getting confusion. You fall. So that's why we never want to slack down. So, Mazi, without always working, Ajuga Hashiri, and when you have given us a start now, and don't hear the GC Mazina mechanic go on their state without coming out. Because the only way to stop our people have to revolt and say enough is enough. But they cannot because their brain are not normal. So you have to know about some military action.
Okay, Mazi, now apart from that one now, Muna gina bomana enwe ndị bụ mbu egbe, their loyalty got to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mana ha nwere issue with DOS, and ha na-eso this very young man now. And the reason ha ji esi upload ha mana Mazi pụta na ha ga-turn their loyalty to their allegiance to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or the necessary out of hatred anyị nwe ime aifu ebe ha nọ anyị kpọọ Nigeria Army, knowing fully well that na Nigeria Army lukwa there na ga-aslọta ha, or the advisable anyị nwa leak the hideout of such group to Nigeria Army, because Nigeria Army adịrọ interested in their agent. Ihe ha dị after na this is enemy, and these people will be the one that we protect this land in the future. Can you take her out? Or the advisable our own enemy. Aka see our own another perceived enemy not there.
Okay, thank you very much for your question. But before I answer that question, the activities of these people now, and as our brothers, have the activities taking the life of our people?
I know, I mean,
these people now, it's now work with the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but because of some change as a hard drive on autopilot. I think this is what you said.
Asking my question, Bo, this group, Njebe, I just want the government in exile. There are some members who their allegiance not to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but now how will issue with the DOS because of that. They now joined government in exile. Maybe I don't know if they know that what they are doing is against the people, or maybe they are doing it because so I was just alleging, what if they are there genuinely Nahana fighting for Biafra restoration, because that's what they were told, or the advisable I know why na fight for Biafra against the Nigeria government. If there's all the same Nigeria government in Ebu, see how Haje Bundi Anoa. Ndoza, I na mabeho the position of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Mopota towards them.
Okay. I'm answering with a statement of Lucky Dube. Lucky Dube is not every black man is a brother, not every white man is an enemy. When I travel back on Mars, I met our people in the Nigerian in Chile. And there's few of them one-on-one. Even though now things are gonna this movement, but they still stood their ground. If it happens that those people that this government in exile, if the meet me, I can confirm I have taken the life of our people carelessly. Because of their utterances and because of their show of guns in the bush, they cannot defend. I personally, I will point at them that this is where they are. Because they say the internal enemy is very, very dangerous. They are there with their movement, with their behavior, with their utterances. A lot of life have been lost. So those people that they lose their life is their own more important than them. And that is why I frown at every atom that take life in our land. Life. The same life Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is equal to the other life. So if you said you are making people to be slaughtering our people because each Mazi Nnamdi Kanu better. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it all should so I personally we point at them and see where they are. Provided that what they are doing is bringing downfall to our land, bringing calamity in our land. I don't see them as my brother Mazi, to be honest. I see them the same way I see them. I prefer Fulani to serve than them. Because at least I have fear already. I have to be careful when I stay with outsider. This one is insider. They are not doing anything per day. You will say that this is what they're doing. Even them, they have that one they call a gentle lion. I see how he, ramble. Oh, where you see that this one that have red beers with the one side painted white, the other one painted black. All this is I'm actually on social media. I'm going to this person. During this time of this that when they destroy their goods, when they did they find them now in bondage. So can come get him point out.
Okay, man.
Nigerian army, Nigeria. So, all of us, many of us are talking. Our father,
Well, yeah, that is why I draw this question, because for me, my own, because in case of or not, no, Kita, to be honest, speaking with you, I'm a lot of autopilot on a bang, and the last thing I'm going to do point Aka or Nigerian army to any of them. And now, live broadcast. I want to even like this boy and religious. But I told myself that I can never, even on a day on a travel or little on a motor, I was caught. Motor little. That's all the broadcast. Or seen an appear na phone. Yen appear can be a bone. Comalo na money here. But on not, like I said, Mfugodu millions of autopilot na ban. I can't hand them over. In my the reasons.
That's a complicated issue. When he teach and they pay way, not cost. So, you go how
that's why that is the reason we the more from the pair autopilot hand over because I still know a lot of them. The reason and activities IPOB as a freedom movement in to restore Biafra. Each step I take towards Biafra restoration must attract the Nigerian army to come and kill our people. No matter how you try to prevent it, anything step you take must attract Nigerian army.
If they are genuine, can't they do that activity without showing it on social media? That's the question. That activity now they are doing, which me myself, the Nigerian army have never been buying our people. Even when there's not like autopilot, I'm a liar. Our people's life has been taken cotton short by Nigerian army. Okay, now if see either already now you know that you cannot defend our people when these people come. Must you subject their life in danger by showing yourself, by showing activities or what to go inside the bush, telling them even sometimes then you have your own bush and all the bush of the full. Why must you do it? In fact, let us start from here. That these people are just walking. I don't know they are whether more evil this or hate it. Why must you show what you are doing on social media? Why must you even the meeting had a papa criminal in Finland? I have heard the voice in many audio where they say, okay, bring that one. We are going to use it to do this one. Now we do, I'm not be them, now we no be them. Why must you? What is the advantage? Maybe there's advantage. You tell me that I don't know. Is it to put fear in Nigerian government that they will not come? Or is it to make our people clap for you that you are working? Or is it to raise funds? So that the raise money. Why must you do it on social media? Why?
Before no act of stupidity and their ignorance. And well anything matter ever na katakit or one not the reason and they not the reason OJ show such thing na social media. In a fokita. Nge blame that a very one to Mazinam the Kano or block us there because most of these things we do before ever negotiate ESN anymore here. Even yes, and after kidnap the thing will continue. The thing continue. So
if you don't make us say that you are going to contaminate our men by even ordinary call,
exactly.
Nobody should put those in diaspora. Nobody should contact anybody. And you should infiltrate our men through and all men infiltrate our men through those processes.
There is a lot of errors I want to make, and the malam kege correct here. And the more I such many of those errors, I'm affected as an attack. So can I close the issue of the auto invest, because I just wanted to play like or if man had defend on when Hana here reason over, then I have to position myself like them. Can we malo some answers? Because our people are not hard intelligent, because any person now fighting for freedom, the last thing he get maybe issue video of being or with the kind of BB, because on your open army never Ghana or Malugo the capacity of RPG and everything about it, and that's your location. On here, you can easily be tracked and traced.
Maybe after this program, I will send you one clip of one woman able to say Igbo had on even look at that in. And when I ever had no boy, every forensic research, every survey capture you that the point I know better thing. I'm at the point. So sometimes all these people from join us, military or whatever manipulation and temporary security. Some of them are enlightened about the modern technology. I say, how come even sometimes he will pushing over electronic that mask.
Yes.
Okay. So the best thing, don't show yourself at all in what you are doing. Let what you do speak for you. You want to take the glory.
And we're one of the gallant man, Muniana Bankata, or sim that na nyawan no do happy. No ya no sekitabo. Nando tunke hawa. Fos faces indo tunke ndo za. And indo tunke ndo za face ndo tunke ha. And na times na haga na ebe ha na battle onwe ha. Nigeria army awakpo ha. And awakpo ha agbalo ha niile. Nigeria army anaghị ajụ ese. That is why that is most of the peace in the abroad for this year and social media. No, among our men no on ground, because here and on social media, get connected to the non on ground. If their own how affect more than us non on social media, or an idea. Because one now only non ground on a high day for Nigerian army. Now high day for those swimming. There's a now high day for the same person nyanya kwesịrị ibu egbe na ọkọta ọnụ. Mana ọ bụrụ na enwe wee ya eji ọ bụgo na the peace eyi dị about ka asị onye ọbụla na ọrụ onwe ka hapụ isu imi, because mụ adị m 100% na maazị pụta the mgbe aka the men ihe ka e ga-eji wee select the real people, mgbe aka e ga-eji mandate dị against Biafra.
Ikwuru okwu Pandef. Ikwuru okwu Pandef. Oh yeah, well, there were a lot of things that are wrong with our place. So that's why sometimes I need people organize them back the feeling and I okay. Then when I hate moving on organize indeed. Or to make sure there's a peace where there's division. But the fact is that now it's not what they're doing. But that's something about our race generally is down. This is not the issue of like our race now, organizing our even how alone can settle this issue. How about a young man, instance you have formed your own. Mazin Namdekan, his own group is called Indigenous People of Biafra. You say your own is Biafra government. I want whatever you're doing now, let it be on your leader, which is the one in Finland. Don't bring another person. Not me antagonize whatever you want to do. Say you are raising funds because of the release of Mazin Namdekan. You understand? So these are the mediators of these are the jobs of our elders. But they thought that they felt it doesn't concern them. And some of them are benefiting also from this insecurity in our land, just like the political leaders. As we are speaking, the security votes of Imo State, Anambra, Enugu, all these places are increasing. They are giving it to them, and they are not finding a solution to it. That's why Mazen Namdekan team said that it is the politician that are sponsoring what is going on in our land. They are beneficiaries from it. And our people they pay even the price. You understand? Like I said, I love as I come in to having a very mutual engagement with you. Whatever your responses is, whatever I've answered, it is out of our genuity. And nobody have anything in mind to bring down anybody. We're just only speaking from what we are perceiving and what we see. So when I make a program, I bet you will look at Hagan kind of And so even your own response, and even animal like Igbo position, even a which whole position too. I'm more like a little bit, but when I say to play devil advocate, so can we check where but the real fact? That's one thing you have can we debate? But they don't debate. They don't debate, and by not debating, you cannot discover, who is right and who is wrong. Everybody continue doing what they're doing. Igbo, that's all IPP Nigeria. There's a criminal. It's so doing to mass and you are eating money. As when you're not joined, when you say deport, or may deport.
Buy deport again. They are not just in Nigeria deport walking back to Austria. So more.
People go with that. This country almost like 4 people. No. A better even African show say is a lie. In any case, it's true. And I want my phone. I want my phone. Can we get big? Yeah, I say deport her. Because a lot of people will put me when they go to my land, they are here a weekend. Yeah, so okay, don't win. I don't come back. When you come back, they were protest. This is target man. I'm not protest. Nation. Nobody deported me. And so, but a lot of people believe that. Even as I'm back, they have never asked Oga. You say you are prime minister. Whatever you say, we believe you. You said they deported this guy, and now he's back, and that tweet is still on your platform. So, what do we do?
I think our next discussion about the errors we make in this movement, and that one as a person, the consequence because errors I make. I'm make you observe. Although I go program 2 times or 3 times, even when I'm the canon. You watch this Nigerian protest. You can observe na have Russia flag. Name ye. In my idea now, those people who put that Russia flag, na have any contact with Russia, and IPOB in another thing. Okay, you could get.
I don't talk on that. I don't talk say I don't want to see
Emma, okay, for example now, HF go after the guy on Israel on web page na Facebook on a post so that I'm a follower. Go to follow how our people at the comment section. Negotiate that na hand with Israel 100%. Then if Israel there's Ukraine and the Russia. The same our people are no 100% with Russia. But Russia and Israel will act enemy because Israel no with America and America they against Russia. Now
topic can get discussed. Can I get I'm fees here date. Fees I have to go back to work. I join fees here date, but these errors. I'm pointing out.
And well, a lot of them.
I mean, like I said, I think we'll have to find a time to do that. Whenever you are ready, let me know. I will be very, very glad to have a discussion with you. So just come make a gush, Yes, brother.
Now, Biafrans and lovers of freedom. Here can about discussion. A man and a come for a debate. When I chair a debate, baby, I tell up. We put your own idea. You have your own opinion and how you reason. A debate, who will win. This person must win. Oh, this person win. But the reason many of you nada actual debate now, in where that mentality now, going for a debate, let me go and disgrace him and they win him. In well that mentality, you cannot debate. You cannot have a conversation. You cannot have interactive and interesting topic to treat. Because already let me go and disgrace my Zachepepon. Let me go and embarrass him. Come along where he then when a question that we any question so that people are in negative, let them learn from you. You will not be able to answer it because you are afraid of defeat. You now dodge the question. In anya ifo that na Mazi Methuselah zal all his question facing reality. Nothing like this and that. And not to come question. Nzanya. At fault, all her debate can get correct on when. Because ye are with spiritual argument. When you come with your own spiritual argument, what is spiritual argument? It has to do with a high level of intelligence. And the go see, because a lot of us are here with freedom fighting. A lot of us just join IPOB now. Many of you now, Chenibu hardcore, Ibu IPOB Biafran flag native, holy, 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 Namde Kano. It's another city. Some of you think, no, yeah, make hardcore. You don't question, you don't ask questions, you don't bring anything to the table. So I'm encouraging some of you, media warrior. I'm going to watch this conversation. If for that, all guys, whether your question is a question. Only a dicky boy, only a dick idea in a book, that is what makes you intelligent. And that is what IPOB media is lacking currently. And the reason such thing are lacking IPOB is because of one, jealousy, hatred, hypocrisy, and division. There is a lot of hypocrisy among us in IPOB. And the Mazi Methuselah on his own opinion. As a human being, Obuli no can and every of his ideology can believe. There is some I disagree. For example, can you get example? Methuselah believe anything, never anything like Og. But more not here believe never anything like Og. But we are the same facing here. Let's go back to our root. If no, mean that okay, because of Nametusina, any native daughter power. And some power, but handle on social media. And didn't enough more and sigina. Only native daughter on social media. Bonyori. Only and meeting when no buy any native daughters be okay for all this fake native daughter. Joyce and when cases will one day guy will when you're not get one them ejimam no ya welu mma pianya no bazu mma hwenye no ku family eketeliana donye liru o malo that no bụrụ ana na ebe a na-egbu mma na asụ mma na-egbu mma na asụ mma. So the mentality of hey, coming to win, I want to go and disgrace him. Let me tell you, a discussion, debate. I mean, let me go and econ. Why can't you join? And when Kesim naturally drop all your link, I drop from that link. We'll work it or Obiabe. We'll work it. Just a minute. And we'll eventually block from YouTube. Amala neba ada boy in my comment section. I call all of them. Okay, now my comment section can be put in there. They crazy, they mad, mumu, pama. God punish you. Eat then and block wagi. Ah, Jane Amanda can a gi. Nde wa Chineke. I'm not yet a good mark and you work at Imahu, it's be work at Imahu. Like I said earlier, we need to unite to know who is the enemy. Without unity, oh yeah, shadow, to be honest. And the unity means IPOB. Let the attacking each other stop. That is my stand. And I maintain it. Come rain, come sun. So, even if we have any reason of less peace reign in Igbo land, have a rethink I advise you to have a rethink, because the Fulanis, Fulanis are using divide and conquer, and we are seeing it that is affecting us, and they are using it against us. Are we going to keep it? We continue there. Mba ọgwụ dị na asị, ama m na ọgwụ dị na here. Onye chọọ ịma ma ọgwụ a dị, ya kpọọ m privately ka m gwa ebe ọ ya aga ka ọ jee nwa dị native doctor. Ọ nwacha na chieta ka ọ ma ọgwụ adị ma ọ na ọgwụ adịla. Ya na-eme ihe native doctor na social media. Even my brother Matthias Ezak, o believe on anything. I never know kata mfe ya bụ na asị onye dibịa ma na ya akọnwụ si ya bịa ka ya were ihe bịa na-achị ọchị. I believe in everything Matthias na-etichi, mana ọkwefu that area ọ na-asị na enwere ya akọnwụ ọgụ. Jekwana na my village ya ekwu onye a ga-akị ya nsị. Onye linkwado Chibuzo, you don't need to understand where I stand. Onwere ebe nkwu. Ebe ka Maazị Nnamdi Kanu kwu. Do you understand where Maazị Nnamdi Kanu stand? You can't, because you are not a freedom fighter. The only group of people who might stand in this movement is all those hypocrites and liars, and those who are not genuine. So when you are not genuine, you are a hypocrite, you are deceiving yourself. You can never know where I stand. And I am not bothered for you not to hear that. The reason is hear freedom. Freedom always go for truth. In a an IPOB member about stand. In Wokaluche, you are asking an IPOB member where he stand. Now listen to yourself with that your question. I really don't know where you stand. How will you know where I stand? That is why so you never expect I do question to you makana onwere ike dị against me yaliza nke beziokwu. Okay, I want to be here enjoy your question or zamu or happy face with the reality or happy face the reality or zaba me other. Ntoya nchia niru na. Mama go here there. Okay, choka that is why it is a debate. Debate abụghị dị atụ asị. That check ndị niile na-aza afa. Nyawa na-aza facing the reality. Gịnị facing the reality? Facing the reality. Face the reality. Face the reality. So each I put a kind of go chacha to suit you. Okay. Each up at your mind that you report. What do you think about Simon Eber and the claiming of all those nonsense on the claim can protect you and seek an intelligent person he claim responsibility of anything on him. If you get the policeman that was shot down in Abia State in a mid-one. First of all, before I round up, I salute every one of you, and I salute Mazi Metusela. In fact, because of Kema Faga again, I can promote to go Bele. My brother Amalam Oni in Afaga self, Amalam yo self, you know. Onyi linkwado. Yes, now Onyi linkwado, join us in our next program. I think by this weekend or next week, I got the program. Everything will be said raw truth. I am not what ya on that. Ono ejina sugi no bi ukabom bim. Bim. Ama akunye mmiri. ama tinye mmiri atọ ya na-agwa gị bụ ka ọ na-asụ gị bim bim. Then ọ gwa opinion ya that he often autopilot na ọbụla ndị autopilot ọfụ ndị ahụ ji egbe na be anyị nọ na anyị yedị nna kọsụ why ndị a na-eji abịa egbu our people na ya ga-apọintị aka. That is his own personal opinion and his own decision. Then mụnwa as a human being, ngwa gị my own personal opinion and my own decision. Na mfụkwa ha na mụnwa amamie, I can't do it. That is the reason now I do abụrụ Maazị Metusela nwanne Mekisedek. Mụnwa abụrụ Maazị Achebe Paul. Efoya abụrụ Maazị Metusela. Ọ bụghị ime ị ga-eme ka m ga-eme because Chimuni abụrụ ofu. Ọ bụla ka o si eme ka m si eme. O nwere ebe ọ ga-agafe kịta gaa free, mụ alụte dị ma aga m free. Ọ bụrụ moto kịta o nwere ebe ọ ga-agbafe gasiere onwe ike. M bụrụ moto lute dị nwa accident. Efiri amụ na abụrụ ofu. Ọ bụla mbọsị ọ ga-aṅụ ka m ga-aṅụ. Ọ bụla mbọsị nyewa ga-aṅụ ka m ga-aṅụ. Onye ọbụla nwee mmụọ na-edu ya. So okay, because of no kwuye na then ọ bụrụ my enemy. Ọ dịlọ common. I've been queer in my life every day. Okay, or no, no, Keta. In what I done, Chiamaka Jare Bidobem, so money I've been Torino here because we are the same or not Torino or no Piemonte, one of Piemonte. So in a member expect now, Mpota is here na Torino market now, Ebenya wana Potapa is here, Mfia, then we are liquid and Akamuni are liquid. Or in a member expect. Now, I'm told that's here now, you believe here. Can happen to deceive or wine? Here but the problem I dey face. Many people na pụta na agụnụ nya mee ka anya mee ndị eja ha fụkwa ndị a ha nwa dị enemy ya no na-ekwu. So my brother face a reality. Ebu that your mentality ya bịa here. Ọkụwata. Ọ na-anọ ana m ekwe na-ekwusi ike. We need peace to identify the real enemy. Na ihe Yoruba na Peter ya. On a point Maazị Metusela raise here. Open also an example of Pandef and how Pandef stepped in to settle issue between all the Niger Delta militants. Now, on that role, Pandef play to Asari, Tompolo, Teketom and the rest, not the role or Hanese Kwesiri play now this crisis. Okay, in a check and Metusela Wagi that now, all Hanese and Igbo or Igbo World Congress, Igbo Simon Epa, call what to order. For committee with IPOB members, she had no that all this nonsense should stop and everybody should pipe should stop at each other's attack. Okay, my example on here. Man, it intelligent enough to decode that very word we use. Yeah, one way the ebo go kwaka. Ijilusi uche gbali enya ruo n'isi. Ọ bụ na ọhaneze ndị Igbo the functioning na had the reasonable na had the my able their duties, their primary duty. So imalo no all ọhaneze ndị Igbo ịkpọ IPOB and the Simon Ekpa and everybody settle all this issue and would now identify the real enemies. Neither Delta youth na-egbu ndị Igbo ha naghị egbu ndị be ha, they don't kill themselves. So I kwesị I bula our own egbe I face here our real enemies or ourselves. But because of the made US initiate that very move of peace. And the more Simon the people who question make such move is a neutral body. Neutral body. Or how question made that move. But on not on our Igbo. Why na so the Igbo and the other Yoruba people and a hand of and when neutral person for crisis about her on a round table here be he go lack and on a buani. So my brother, if you're my program, you have just not with mentality on your defeat that Maazị Metusela made a very valid point, and I respect that and I take that. That is your opinion, Maazị Sochina. Now, individual different. Okay, Maazị Sochina, Baginaya stand with Metusela, which means Oga with the Metusela's point. It's a welcome development. That is his own opinion, and I don't need to vote. All then I just need to vote. majority I carry the vote. But that my own mind can get to also go to I will still have the right. So I appreciate every one of you, and I appreciate Oyobunaka DJ in this very movement. And Oboneka DJ, because keep your genuity as lack one. And walk on one happen. Okuwata. Oyobuna DJ, there's difficulties on that. Okuwata. So on this note, I salute every one of you, and I say, Mechuko Kikabiam, when you're putting me here, protect us. Igbo must go. Ndi Igbo should promote that very cause. Igbo must go. I want Igbos to go. And when you the promoters of Igbo must go, and we, the IPOB, we are fighting the same thing. So we need to protect those people. Igbo must go. They should be protected at all costs. They are doing a great job, and it's a welcome development. I love that, and that is another solution. Day one, I remember my humble self. MAP is Yokubundo. One. Yamalogima Ebabunino. Venezuela. Udo Chianimendo. Nki wish nya dialogue. Esomchi ekenekwam gi asade manwosu. I search you nnukwu nwanyị. Onyili kwado ekenekwam gi. Ọbata obie oke mmanwụ ka ebu nya malụ gị mma. Nwa nya malụ gị mma biko ọ na mapara afa gị biko gbayarụ. Mbọsị nta ịchụọ n'Owerre ya mala anyị niile mọntụ ya come your way again.